Have you ever heard of Blackwood, Ohio? It's a small, quiet town, the kind you might drive through without a second thought. But Blackwood has a secret, a dark story tied to an old house on the edge of town. Locals whisper that every single night, at precisely 2:17 a.m., something inside that house wakes up. Our story begins with Jake, a 22-year-old college student who, looking for cheap rent, just moved into this very house. He didn't believe in ghost stories. To him, it was just an old building with character. On his first night, surrounded by unpacked boxes, he was startled awake. Footsteps coming from the floor above him. He brushed it off, telling himself it was just the house settling, old wood creaking. But then the sound returned, this time much closer, as if someone was walking right outside his bedroom door. Suddenly, a sharp knock echoed through the house. 3 quick raps on the front door. Jake's heart hammered against his ribs. He crept to the door and peered through the peephole. Nothing, just the empty porch and the dark, silent street. He slowly unlocked it and pulled it open. No one was there. But as he looked down, his blood ran cold. Scrawled on the welcome mat in what looked like dust were 3 words: "Don't look up." He slammed the door shut, his breath catching in his throat. Was this some kind of prank? As his mind raced for an explanation, a soft, chilling whisper seemed to come from directly above him from the ceiling itself. "Jake, you can see me." Before he could react, his phone, lying on a nearby table, lit up the dark room. The screen was on, the front-facing camera activated. On the display, Jake saw his own terrified face, illuminated by the phone's glow, and behind him, reflected on the screen, something else. On the ceiling, a face hung upside down. Its eyes were wide, unblinking, and its lips were stretched into a cold, frozen smile. Jake opened his mouth to scream, but no sound came out. The world around him dissolved into absolute darkness. The next morning, the police were called. They searched the entire house, from the dusty attic to the damp cellar. It was completely empty. There was no trace of Jake, no sign of a struggle, nothing out of place. The only thing they found was a single ornate mirror left hanging on a wall in the hallway, and etched into its reflective surface, as if written by a ghostly finger, were the words, "He finally looked up, to this day." They say that in Blackwood, Ohio, when the clock strikes 2:17 in the morning, nobody dares to look at the ceiling. They remember what happened to Jake, and they wonder who will be next. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more tales from the shadows.